Well, good morning guys. Another day here in Mendoza. That means another winery. Today we are visiting Luminis. And this is going to be a different experience from what we've shown you so far, mainly because this is a small winery operation. So we connected with Martin and Cristian via Airbnb because we are renting Martin's mom's apartment, and then we found out that they offer tours of their winery out in the Maipú Valley, so that sounded really cool. And we're going to be getting a personalized tour with the two of them and just learning about small wine productions, touring their vineyard, seeing how things are done, and hopefully trying some wine. So that's the plan for today. Hope you guys will enjoy it.
We are a three-people project here in Mendoza, in Argentina. The name of the winery is called Luminis. Again, three-people operation. Cristian Allamand, who is the winemaker and also the one growing the grapes, Martin Castro. I'm also in charge of, the sales, the marketing, everything else. And we have Fabian helping Cristian inside the winery. The things that makes us a little bit different are, number one, we make 100% state wines. That means that we do not buy juice, we do not buy fruit from anybody. In Argentina, this is very unique. Even more interesting about what we do is that Cristian Allamand, the winemaker, he's also the one managing all our vineyards. So he's being one of the very few people in Argentina growing grapes, thinking about trying to make great and unique wines, not thinking about the business of selling grapes. Remember that in Argentina there is a total disconnect between growing grapes and making wine in general. And because of everything that I am discussing, we are one of the few projects in Argentina offering at 100% level, wines with a true sense of place. Because of this, we have two lines of wines. We have the Luminis line of wines dedicated to show you our vineyards located in the Luján de Cuyo region, which is the most historical. That's where most of the old vines in Mendoza are located. And we have another line of wines called Allamand, to honor Cristian. This is Cristian's last name on the label. It's to showcase the characteristics of the Uco Valley, which is a different valley southwest of where we are now, much closer to the Andes range, offering very different and unique characteristics. Today, if you look into this, you will see that the up and coming and the trendier place to get grapes, high quality grapes in Mendoza, are coming from the Uco Valley, and that's basically what makes our wines different. It's just because they come from specific places that we grow and we take care on a daily basis.
This is the resident pooch. She loves grapes, she loves splashing in the water, and she loves life here in Mendoza. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Alright guys, now we're going to show you something super interesting, which is the watering system in place here in Mendoza. It's called acequias, and this was implemented by the Huarpes in pre-colonial times. The system was then adopted by the Spaniards, and it is still in place today. And basically it's a system where you get access to the water once a week when they open this trap door and the water just starts flowing to your property, and that's when you have to make the most of it. Make sure you're not wasting a single drop because it's only once a week, and then the water's going to another neighbor or someone else. So we're going to demonstrate that right now. So you have to prepare the ditch before the water opens. All the work needs to be done.
Exactly. And this is how you do. So for example, what he's doing here is he's irrigating these 10 rows. So the water comes on the irrigation ditch. With this, you build like a mini dam.
Yeah.
And water starts flowing into the vineyard through the irrigation ditch. From here, he starts diverting into the different rows. See? If you have enough hours, and you irrigate all the vineyard at the same time, but if not, what you do is you move,
10 by 10, let's say.
10 by 10. These are 10. So last time we irrigated the first 20, so now we start with the second 20.
I see.
And depending on the volume, is how many rows you can irrigate at the same time. This one is irrigating 10, and the one that is down is irrigating another 10. But today, because of the lack of water, today you are irrigating the whole vineyard once a month.
Once a month.
Yeah, probably you are irrigating a quarter of the vineyard on the first turn, the other quarter, and the other quarter. If you are very efficient and you move very quickly and silently, because the volume of water that comes varies.
Yeah.
So if you have a good amount of water, maybe depending on the vineyard, you should be able to irrigate it all, but generally you don't.
The dog is loving it. Now it is time to drink wine. We're going to be tasting directly from the barrel. Got our glass and cup. Let's go.
Yeah, so the first thing that we do, trying to show that Argentina is much more than just Malbec, is to start off with this very unique and rare, almost extinct grape variety, originally from France. It's called Sanginet. Cristian, the winemaker and the viticulturalist for the winery, is the only one growing this grape variety in Argentina, and we are one of the few people in the world making wine out of this grape. He has 2 hectares fully planted to Sanginet, and it is a very atypical white wine for Argentina. People do not think about Argentina in terms of white wines, but this is something very unique. And again, very atypical. Why? Because it's a grape that naturally gives you a wine with low alcohol, very high acid, and with very unique characteristics that make this wine very, very interesting. So let's see.
Right from the source. That's amazing.
So this is 2018.
Okay.
2018.
Keep in mind that the wine still has a little bit of solids in suspension.
Yes.
You still have a little bit of CO2 going, so you have to move it.
Salud.
Salud. Salud.
Totally different aroma. Huh?
See.
Never.
Really nice. Wow. It's so smooth.
Very smooth, very vibrant, easy to drink. The part that I like the most about this wine is the very good level of acidity.
Yeah.
And that finish, almost like saline finish that you get.
Yeah.
You know, reminds me a lot of, you know, eating oysters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Again, we are very happy with this wine, and
Good
It's
stuff.
great to be trying a very unique product.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
we only
loving it.
make 6,000 bottles per year of this wine.
6,000 only.
Yeah, actually,
Wow.
Cristian is also using this part of this. He's putting into a sparkling wine that he's making.
Okay.
Equal parts of Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, and Sanginet. So the next 3 wines that we are going to taste off the tanks, the 3 of them are Malbec. The idea here is that you guys can taste and capture and internalize the differentiation between the 3 different Malbecs grown and made from 3 different regions. The objective here is for people to understand that in Argentina, like everywhere else in the world, depending where you grow the grapes and however you tend your vines, you are going to have different characteristics that are only unique to the place where that wine is coming from. Remember that all our wines are 100% state. We do not buy juice, we do not buy fruit from anybody. So all our wines represent a direct connection between what's here and the place where the grapes were grown. So we are going to taste now 100% Malbec from El Carrizal. El Carrizal is a place that is south of here, approximately 20 kilometers, like on the same area that we are here, but south 20 kilometers. This vineyard belongs to Cristian's mother, and Cristian with Raymond, his father, they have been working this place for maybe 40 years. And we have Malbec, Cabernet Sauvignon, we have the Sanginet in that vineyard as well. So this is the Malbec from this area. 2018 vintage.
Salud.
Hello. The Carrizal area is a place that, being east, enjoys warm days, but the interesting thing for us is that even in summer you have very cold nights. So we get a Malbec that we like a lot, very aromatic.
Totally different.
And that's the most important thing for us, that people see, wow, different. If it is different, we like it.
You've achieved your goal.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's how we define success.
Yeah, like we've been drinking a lot of wine in Mendoza these last few days, but the flavors here, it's unlike anything we've tasted before, like a different profile.
It's a different wine altogether.
The next wine that we are going to taste is also 100% Malbec, but this time we are going to travel southwest to the Uco Valley, Valle de Uco. It's a higher altitude valley closer to the Andes range. Compared to this area, remember that in the southern hemisphere, south is cooler. So we are moving into a cooler area, and when you are in Mendoza, as you go up into the mountains, you are going to get into even cooler places. So the main differentiation between the previous Malbec and the next one that we are going to taste is the place, much fresher days and very cold nights, and you are going to see how different the Malbec expresses itself there, even from the onset, that the color is different, the aromatic profile is different, the acidity level is different, the alcohol is going to be a little bit lower, so we are going to see a complete, different expression of the Malbec grown in the Uco Valley.
The aroma is totally different to the one that we just had. It's the same year, right?
Same
But-
year,
Great.
Yeah.
same grape.
Yeah, different locations in Mendoza, and
It makes a difference.
That makes all the difference.
So again, the point is understanding that Malbec has many faces, if you want to call it, and start learning, which one comes from where. And also it's good for the consumer to start identifying, okay, I like this area better than the other one, and you can start following people growing or making wine in different places just because of how you like it.
gee, this wine is amazing. This
really
one,
like this one too.
so far, this is
Is that your favorite Malbec?
my favorite
Wow. On the whole trip?
on the whole trip, man.
Wow, that's impressive. What do you think, Audrey?
Really, really good. Pleasantly surprised and amazed by the differences within like one variety of grapes. Like that's
Congratulations,
the most shocking part.
my man. Because this wine
very
is out of this world. I'm not gonna put it in the cup. I'm gonna drink this one. In you go. You belong here.
So now what we are going to do is we are going to taste another Malbec from the Uco Valley, from the 2018 vintage, another producer. So here you can compare and contrast, even within the same Uco Valley, you can have another interpretation of what Malbec is about.
Here we go. Third Malbec of the day.
Different aroma already.
Different aroma.
Also different.
And here, this producer works with more oak in the fermentation, which you can start getting into this wine.
A woody, more
Yeah,
woody
exactly.
flavor. Really good wine also. But you can feel more the wood flavor in this one. Yeah. This one you can feel a little bit more woody.
These
Yeah.
people work with more oak beforehand,
Yeah.
which we don't. Same varietal, same place, but different, philosophical approaches to how to make the wine.
But it's so smooth.
Yeah.
This wine is also so smooth, it's unbelievable, It has a more woody flavor than the one we just tried. Smooth as silk when it comes down, huh?
Wow.
Wow.
I find it a little bit spicy, no?
Yes.
On the tongue?
Yes,
What
that's
would
because
that
of the
be?
addition of the oak.
The oak
Yeah.
makes it spicy.
Oh, okay. That's fascinating.
Spiciness comes, in this case, specifically from the addition of the oak. The typical pair for Malbec from the Uco Valley is lamb. Lamb.
Greasy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Kind of wild. But the other good thing about Malbec is that Malbec is such a versatile, variety that depending on the producer, depending on the style of the wine, where it's made, how it's made, blah blah blah, you can have Malbec, with a very greasy steak, or you can go all the way to a light pasta. So it's much more about finding the profile of the maker, and then you deciding
With
what you
With
are going
what?
to pair it,
Yeah.
rather than having like a monolithic approach to how to pair Malbec.
Yeah.
It varies a lot.
It's a wide spectrum.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Excellent wine, again.
Yeah.
It's a beauty of a wine. Go find it and you see what I'm talking about,
This is the last wine that we will taste. It's a wine that we do not make. It's our friends are making the wine here. but it's a wine that I like to include as part of the experience, as part of the tasting, because in our quest to show that Argentina is much more than just Malbec, here we can taste a blend of Petit Verdot and Cabernet Franc, which is not typical, it's not usual. Cabernet Franc is becoming popular and very demanded here in Argentina. These people work really well their wines, they are making their wines here with us. And again, it's a good opportunity for people visiting us, to taste something other than just pure regular Malbec.
Petit Verdot?
Petit Verdot and Cabernet Franc, 50-50.
50-50.
Never heard of that great
French variety, generally used for blending purposes.
All right, we are trying something we've never had before.
a very fresh aroma. It overpowers you with the freshness.
What do you guys think?
That one like wakes up your taste buds, especially here in the back. Good morning. Oh.
It is the morning.
Yeah.
I love to have this wine with a nice barbecue, con un asado. Somehow, when I'm drinking this wine, it's telling me asado, barbecue. I love to have this one with a barbecue. Believe me, very smooth. No?
Yeah.
Very smooth wines. All of them are very smooth wines, Really good. Good stuff.
If you want to visit us and come here for the experiences that we offer a short experience in which we taste off the tanks. It's a 2.5 hour experience. We talk about viticulture, we talk about irrigation, we talk about picking, processing, fermentation. We go into the winery and we taste wines off the tanks. That's one thing that we offer. Then we offer a full day tour in which we partner with other two small wineries that belong to friends of ours. We take you to the other two wineries and then we bring you here. We do the same tour with a barbecue that I cook or Cristian, very, very local. Nothing sophisticated, but very true to what we do. If you want to do any of those two experiences, you can find us through our website, www.luminis.com.ar, and we also offer the two experiences on the Airbnb platform. Also, if you are in the US and you want to get our wines, we are currently distributing in almost 25 states, but if not, send us an email or give us a call. We'll try to find a way to get you our wines.
Está bien?
Está rico. Yeah, those
No, está bien. Too tough.
de manteca. All right, guys, so we are back from the winery. That was a really fun morning. We tried so many different kinds of wines, straight from like those metal containers, like the wine was still in the process of being made. So yeah, really cool experience. We learned so much from our two guides, Martin and Cristian. And well, we came back to the apartment with 6 bottles of wine. We've got these two at the table that we're gonna try with our picada. So we went to the market and picked up some ingredients, some red peppers, grapes, cheese, salami, olives, avocado, prosciutto, there's bread, there's facturas, the pastries for dessert.
Yeah.
So a bit of everything.
We're gonna eat something. We're starving because we got up this morning at 7:30.
Yeah.
And everything was closed. We didn't have any breakfast. Picked us up at 8:30.
Yeah.
And straight to the bodega, and they started with the tasting.
Wine.
Yeah.
And empty stomach, So
We're hungry, man.
we're hungry, and the wine went to our heads straight up. You know,
Yeah,
like,
we
I
had
mean,
to have a little nap when we
Yeah.
came back, rest for
Yeah.
a bit. So there was no breakfast, no lunch. Now it's mid-afternoon.
it's 2:30 in the
Finally
afternoon.
gonna eat something.
Finally,
So-
we're gonna eat something.
Indeed.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
That's the first meal of the day,
Yeah.
right here.
Right
It's gonna
here.
be a nice big
Right
one.
now.
Right now. Okay, so we've cracked open the first wine and it's a good one.
That's the one we're
I'll-
trying right now.
Allamand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the one that we were tasting this morning, but it was still in the big containers.
Yeah.
Now it's the one that has been in the bottle for maybe a year or so.
Yeah.
No, this is 2015. Longer than
Oh,
that.
this one's a bit more special.
4 years.
4 years.
We're gonna try it.
Cheers.
Then we're gonna let it breathe a little bit.
And then we're
Then
gonna
have it.
we're gonna enjoy it even more. And then we still have a second bottle, guys. We've got some good times ahead of us. How do you like that?
This is an extremely good wine. It's perfect, you know, when you feel it in your palate, you know, your mouth is very, very smooth.
Yeah.
And yeah, these people they really care about what they produce in that little bodega. It's all done with care,
Yeah.
and the final product is excellent.
Indeed.
You know, this is not mass production. It's really more of a, you know, mom and pop type
Yeah.
of operation, but they really,
It was fascinating to even see how they bottle it themselves and label it, and everything's
Yeah.
done by hand, you
it's
know?
more like artisans, you know,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
way they do it. But they come up with an extremely well-made product.
How about the food? Let's try some food here.
Yeah, the food
It's
is
been great.
really good.
Any favorites?
Yeah.
The salami,
Oh, the salami.
grapes,
No.
the olives.
Yeah, the salami here, it's beautiful.
Yeah, like today we didn't go to the supermarket. We actually just visited different specialty shops around the corner, basically. So there was one that just sold fruit and vegetables. Another one was a bakery. Then the other one had kind of like deli meats and cheeses, so and pickled things as well. So that's how we put together this meal.
It's such a great economical meal and so tasty. You just
Yeah.
go and you go to the bakery, you go to the fruit and vegetable shop, and then you go to the local deli, and you can piece this together just by visiting those little shops.
No cooking, and
This is the best.
good meal.
This is the best.
It's the best.
Dun 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 dun.
Ah, poop.
Vista.
Okay, we've opened the second bottle of wine, guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to more wine.
Cheers
oh
to
my
more wine.
goodness. Here we go.
I love them both. But something about this one.
Okay, you
No.
guys prefer this one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I prefer this one.
yeah,
My favorite is this one here. Allamand
yeah.
Malbec Valle de Uco 2015.
Like for me, this one, the one you like, has a bit more kick. Like
Yeah.
when you drink it, it's kind of like spicy and almost peppery. It like wakes up your taste buds. That's what I'm getting from the first one.
And the other
And
one?
the second one, it's just different. It's a different profile.
Well,
But they're both good.
the thing is, that's what's wonderful about wines is that, you know, there's one for every taste and palate,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every taste and palate and every situation.
every situation too.
You know, like with an asado, a parrilla,
Yeah.
with a picada,
Some pastas.
pasta, you know, with lamb. They're both good.
Yeah,
This bodega is extremely nice. The people were fantastic, and they really do care
yeah,
about what they do.
yeah. They're passionate about it.
Passionate about it, and the product reflects the amount of work they dedicate to this place.
Indeed. We're just gonna sit back, drink some more wine,
my.
and what we'll do is we'll show you our dessert
With coffee.
Yeah.
with coffee a bit later. But for now, it's
Yeah.
wine time.
All I can
Wine
say
time.
is drinking wine is serious business.
Yeah.
It is tiring. It makes you need a nap.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah,
I need
Audrey's still getting used to it. We're your dad and I are pros, but someday you'll be there, Audrey.
Like I
Don't worry.
couldn't imagine spending like 2 weeks in Mendoza just drinking day after day
Oh,
after day.
stop.
It's like, oh, how do you do it, people?
Especially when you go to taste the bodegas like today,
Yeah.
and they just keep dishing it out. You know, like I mean, okay, let's try this. Let's try. Usually they give you around 7 to 9 different varieties of wine to taste.
Yeah.
So The suggestion here is, if you're gonna go to the bodegas to do wine tasting, make sure you have a nice big breakfast.
Yes, don't do what we did today.
No.
On an empty stomach. Oh, bad idea.
Today it wasn't up to us because they came to pick us up, and last night we said, okay, before they come to pick us up, there is time for breakfast.
Yeah.
So this morning we go to look for places to to eat.
It's a Saturday.
It's a Saturday morning.
So forget it.
The city was like it was at war. There was nobody out there, and so what do we do now? And by the time we realize the car is waiting for us, they tell us to get in and off we go. So imagine this: we have an empty stomach from yesterday evening.
Yeah.
Around what 10:30 in the evening, and then we go straight to the bodega and we start look. We were kind of walking among those huge tanks, like already the legs felt it, wobbling a bit.
Yeah.
And so this is the advice: do not go with an empty stomach because you're going to regret it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dessert time.
Today, guys, has been a day of excess.
Yep.
When it comes to wine. Food, not so much, because it is the first meal of the day, mid-afternoon.
Yeah. But wine, definitely.
But man, I'm feeling wiped. I don't know about you two.
Yeah. It's been fun though.
It's been fun. Great.
Yeah. But it's a good time now for a cup of coffee. Café au lait pastries. They are made with some butter and jam or Queen's. I think it's Queen's jam. Yeah. Dulce de leche.
Yeah.
And they are super sweet, perfect item for finishing the meal. Yeah, we had a great day today.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it really was.
The weather here in Mendoza is amazing. Days like not a cloud in the sky.
Yeah.
Sunshine, that feeling of easy does it, calmness all around you. Climate here in this province is a privilege, the ones that are able to live here, because compared to the north in Canada, this is heaven.
Yeah, exactly.
It's heaven on earth. That's
I think there's over 300 days of sun.
of sunshine here.
That's unbelievable. The land of the sun and the wine.
And they only
the
get
good wine.
And the good wine.
they only get 2 to 3 centimeters of rain per year, which I found shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it never rains. It never rains here.
So it's always a good time to visit.
And we have more. We have more bodegas and vineyards and stuff coming from Mendoza.
It continues tomorrow.
Starting tomorrow.
More wine.
So we're going to sign off for now. And we'll see you guys with another episode from Mendoza, because the adventure continues.
That's it.
Bye.
Bye, friends.